Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of FS-360 Podsession. On today's show, we have Charlotte Ronje, co-founder and CEO of Jamiipay, a fintech targeting unbanked and underserved savings groups in Ethiopia, providing them services and connecting them to the financial system. We will explore beautiful stories about Jamiipay, financial inclusion, and of course, Africa. I hope you enjoyed this very interesting chat, Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. So you're calling from Denmark or Ethiopia today?
I'm calling from Denmark today. I'll be back in Ethiopia in January.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Jamiipay means community pay in Swahili. Why a name in Swahili in the first place?
So those are the countries that I spent some time in. They had so I've been in Kenya and Tanzania and other countries. And one of the languages that sometimes cuts across countries is, of course, Swahili.
And tell us a little bit more about Jamiipay. What is exactly your value proposition?
Yeah, so Jamiipay, we digitalize savings groups. So in developing countries, most people are unbanked and they save up in savings groups. They come together, they meet up regularly. Some people save up in a metal box and keep records on paper. And we basically digitalize that process. So if in a group, one person has a smartphone, then they are able to start registering everyone's savings, everyone's loans and repayments. And this way, all the members of the groups are creating a digital identity and a track record. And we can use that using, of course, algorithms to sort through the data. We then credit score the groups and the individuals. And we use that to link savings groups, already existing savings groups, to local banks and microfinance institutions.
Yeah. So what are you doing pretty much is taking a traditional practice, not only from Ethiopia, but from many other African countries and digitize it.
Even Asian, South American,
yeah.
We have these groups that cut across.
And that's a very good point. It takes me to the next curiosity, which is, how do you take these communities that have been using the metal box with the locker, how you take them to use the phone and your app? Because it's a big cultural shift, right, for them?
It's a very big shift, especially because most of these, 95% of our users are women. And they're women living in poverty. And these are the people that are being reached the least by technology as is. For that reason, the first thing that we're basically doing here is that we're building digital literacy. We're teaching women what is technology? Why would you want to use it? What can it do for you? What should you be aware of when you use technology? And then what is the Jamiipay app and how does it work and how can you work with that?
Good stuff. In a nutshell, how is Jamiipay empowering financial inclusion? So you mentioned that you have the digital literacy part of it, you have credit scoring, but how exactly is Jamiipay empowering financial inclusion for these communities?
Digital literacy, as you said, is a key point here. And with that, we're actually going into the education space a little bit wider. We are partnering, I can't say the name yet because it's still to be finally signed, but we're partnering with a large international NGO.
Looking forward to those news in the near future.
Very great future. And they teach other NGOs on financial literacy. So we'll incorporate these learnings so that we can monitor where are you in your financial journey and then provide you micro learnings continually to the group. And then the most digitally literate person in that group will then have access to this to shared group meetings, and this way continuously bring financial literacy to the group and digital literacy. And then it's also linking them, of course, to the financial services by going into the banks, taking the long discussions, developing new financial products that actually is suitable for this segment, which are, to me, we have not been able to find many of those yet.
You mentioned before that you've signed an agreement with the Ethiopian government to empower 100,000 women in Ethiopia. How do you feel about it? You must be very proud of it because it's a big achievement for Jamiipay.
Of course, I'm very, very proud, but I think with these big things, it takes a little while for it to sink in. And also when you really, really want to do something for some people, then you always remain skeptical. You kind of want to prove it before you Yeah, before you start feeling good about it, starts
But
happening.
you should feel very very happy about it, because it's a big milestone,
It
and
is.
is a very important one. It sends a very positive message to the market, and it feels good as a team, I know, to have these small but big wins. And where do you see JamiPay in 3 years? What is your big vision?
In 3 years, I see us having 2 million users, and I see us having contributed to providing at least 500,000 families with the opportunity to move out of poverty.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. Thank you very much for your time. I'm really looking forward to the next stage of JamiPay and the beautiful things that I believe you guys will achieve on the continent. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much for
much.
your time and for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.